The former Minister for Apprenticeships has insisted today that numbers will bounce back. Robert Halfon, who's also the MP for Harlow, says they remain the best route into work for many people and that they don't come with the debt of a university degree. But the number of those starting an apprenticeship in England has more than halved. In the 3 months from May to July, 117,000 started apprenticeships in 2016, but that fell to just 48,000 in the same period last year. Mike Cartwright reports from an apprentice fair in Milton Keynes.
Your objective is to get from that side of the river to this white cross here.
What's their next move in life? What pathway? Which direction to go in? Not always easy to decide. More than 90 employers here, hoping youngsters will choose an apprenticeship. Niall, 17, is here with his mum Nicola. His sister's at uni, his brother is an apprentice.
Go to uni, just get a degree, but you get a lot of debt after it. And I think getting paid whilst you're learning is good.
He's not quite sure what he wants to do. He's seen his sister having a good time at university, and equally his brother working hard, his apprenticeship, but either, I'd be happy with either, really.
Around 20,000 youngsters visiting here. The government wanting 3 million apprentices by 2051. To pay for it, companies with a wage bill of £3 million or more will be charged a levy.
We've got a great story to tell in that our chief exec almost 40 years ago started as an apprentice. So we pay about £3.5 million as an organisation into the apprenticeship levy. This for us was about really investing in our people and bringing the right people into our business. So we have gone at this literally hammer and tongs to make sure we've got a really good quality programme.
Hairdressing, beauty, motorsport, apprenticeships often a way in. But vocational courses nowadays are changing.
But what we're starting to see is things like the digital apprenticeships really come to the fore. So we see a lot of software developers, people who are doing networking and infrastructure, digital marketeers, which is obviously really new. So actually all of those marketing skills, how you get things out online and promote them in that way.
Its HQ in Northampton, Ricoh's a global IT company. Last year they hired 15 apprentices from here.
Predominantly, we've always recruited from type, so that means individuals that have got the skill set we're looking for. When we bring apprentices in, they don't necessarily have that skill set, but they're bringing in fresh ideas, they're bringing in new, vibrant ways of doing things. So when we add to that talent pipeline, it creates a change in the business.
Jade wanting a career in engineering. Uni is not for her.
There's only a handful of people out of my friends that are thinking getting a job or apprenticeship. So you do feel a bit like the odd one out, but I definitely think it's going to be the right thing for me.
Numbers of new trainees are dramatically down on last year. A new system not working, or just a blip, and things will get better. Mike Cartwright, BBC Look East.
Well, Robert Halfon was the Minister for Apprenticeships and Skills when the new levy to fund them was introduced last year. He told me today that the government expected there to be a dip in the number of people starting apprenticeships as the new system bedded in, but that he was confident that things would pick up.
The levy hasn't been operational yet for a whole year. I think we need to wait and see what the trends are, and if there are further dips, then there will have to be action taken by the government. But we have the highest number of apprentices ever in our island's history. We've got over 2.5 million apprentices since the election. The number of apprentices across the east of England has gone up enormously over the past few years, and there is change coming. We're reaching a tipping point where apprenticeships and skills will have the same prestige as going to university. We're not there yet, but we're very close to it.
Is there any evidence that now larger companies are having to put more money into apprenticeships, that they're actually being a bit more picky about who they take on?
Well, I think there's huge change of behaviours. I mean, almost every week, either in my constituency or going around in the country in terms of my education chair role in the House of Commons, I meet young apprentices and I meet companies. They now have apprentice advisors in the company. They devote a significant time to making sure that they have high quality apprentices. And what's really interesting is that there is an alternative being offered to university, not just in terms of level 2 and level 3, but also in terms of degree level apprenticeships. And they are very special because what that means is that young apprentices can earn while they learn. They have no student loan at all, but they have part of their time at university and they get a skilled job at the end of it. So there is a lot of changes happening, but of course there will always be difficulties as these fundamental reforms are brought through.
How do we get the passion that you have for apprenticeships over to more young people, and I guess their parents too, who might not naturally think about a skills route for their child?
Well, this is a really important question, a real problem in our country. We don't have enough schools teaching about apprenticeships or encouraging people to do apprenticeships. We need to change that. We need to dramatically change careers advice in our country. I've met degree apprentices who weren't even allowed to go back to the schools that they did their schooling in to talk about apprenticeships, because the schools just wanted to focus on universities, and I thought that was fundamentally wrong. So we need to see change in terms of schools, a sea change in terms of careers advice, and it's also up to politicians like myself and people in the media and community leaders and everyone in public life to speak passionately about the importance of apprenticeship, about how it provides that young person that incredible opportunity to climb that education ladder of opportunity.
The MP Robert Halfon.